Yes people, welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Apple Watch Series 5 44mm GPS version. Now you may be thinking, Jamie, why bother? There's a lot of content out there, there's a lot of health and fitness reviews for this specific watch. Should I buy it versus the Series 3? Which, you're right, there is. However, what I did realise is the content is lacking within my specific niche. I am on bodybuilding prep, I spend a lot of my time in the gym, weightlifting. I do cardio, but most of it is indoors, so it's on a bike, Stairmaster, so I'm not utilising the GPS tracker. So there really was, outside of the mainstream fitness, a lack of content within my niche. I know there's a lot of you guys out there like me that spend a lot of the time in the gym that do care about these practicalities, care about these variables, and so I really want to bring some content to you. So thank you very much for tuning in. Join me on my fitness journey. If I bring any value at all, please hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get into the video. Now, before we get into the gym fitness style related content, I just want to talk about the overall aesthetic of the watch. We all know they look good. That thing looks absolutely unbelievable. I went for the aluminium case just so I can switch it up out of the fitness bands if I want to, into more of a metal clasp. The watch faces, there's loads and loads to choose from, and all you have to do is swipe across at any time to start utilising that watch face. Not only that, they're highly customizable, so from the app you can customize these watch faces to specifically how you want them. Then you can arrange whether you want the workout goal, the activity ring, the heart rate monitor, what's important to you, you can dump onto that home screen, so you've got visualization all the time and instant access to those variables that you care about. So I really like that about this watch. This is my favorite watch face, and this is the one I've arranged and customized with the things that I care about on home screen, so I have instant access. Now, as you can see, I have my workout selection on the right hand side in the middle. I have then my heart rate selection, my activity ring in the top right with constant visibility of the calories, exercise and the hours that I've stood. And then I have UV, weather and battery. I've also got the cool things on there like the earth, just because I think it looks really good, and the time and date. Now, the one thing that's really impressed me about the Apple Watch Series 5 is the exercise selection. Now, moving across from my Fitbit Versa 2, where there really wasn't a whole lot to choose from, Apple have covered all bases with their exercise selection. Anything from indoor walking, core training, outdoor cycling, swimming, elliptical, badminton. I'm pretty sure they will have everything on here covered if you want to start your workout immediately, and if you don't, you can just select other and it will still track the variables for you. Another thing I cared about, and I'm sure you fitness lovers out there will as well, was the heart rate tracking. How accurate is it? What data is it giving me? And how easy is the user interface to navigate? Now, the user interface, I think Apple have done a really good job with. At the top, when you're wearing the strap, you've got your current heart rate, you've then got your resting rate taken as an average, your walking average, and then it goes into your average during your workout. So for me, I've got my strength training on there. My stair stepper, my strength training was 95 beats per minute, stair stepper 143 beats per minute, and then right at the end, which I think is a really nice touch, you have the recovery. So it actually monitors how quickly your heart rate drops 1 minute and 2 minutes after your workout. If I tap into my workouts as well, you have a really nice visual graph which shows the peaks and troughs of your heart and whereabouts within your workout did that happen, which I think again is a nice touch. One of the most important things when I was looking to purchase this watch was the activity ring. What data was it giving me and how is it displayed? Now, one grudge I have with this is the fact it doesn't actually show you the calories burnt during exercise on the watch interface. It gives you your total move calories. It then tells you how many minutes you've exercised and a percentage based on how much you set in the back-end system when you set the watch up. And then it says how many hours of the day you've stood. And then you've got some nice graphs, total steps, distance covered, flights climbed, and then at the bottom you have the interfaces for your workouts, which you can then click into and find out how many active calories, how many total calories you've burnt, as well as your heart rate for those exercises. So in general, I think it's really good. I actually think the phone interface is better than the watch interface, because on the phone you can see your total calories burnt for the day, and it'd be fantastic if Apple could migrate that onto the watch as well. Another really nice feature on this watch is the ECG heart rate monitor. You simply hold your index finger once you're into the ECG from the app interface, hold it on for 30 seconds and it will give you a reading of your current heart rate, and it can actually detect either sinus rhythm, atrial fibrillation. It does state, however, Apple is obviously not a medical practitioner, but I think that addition to the watch, as someone within the fitness industry, someone who's on bodybuilding prep, is really, really helpful when you're managing your health markers. Now, the ability to wear lifting straps with the watch in the gym was a massive one for me. When using my Fitbit Versa 2, the strap was actually really uncomfortable, one, to take off, and two, to try and put back on further up my wrist. It was actually really, really tight. I'd end up just taking it off and leaving it off, and just wearing my lifts when I was doing my workout and doing the exercises that I needed the straps on. This one, the Apple Watch Series 5, because of the easy release clasp on the rubber straps, it's really easy just to whip off, move up the wrist. The sizing is really good, so I can just strap it on. It feels comfortable higher at the wrist, and I can just put the straps on underneath. And on top of that, the heart rate monitoring doesn't seem to be affected, and the workout monitoring doesn't seem to be affected when you put the straps on. You actually move the watch further up your wrist. Now, another huge thing for me was, does the Apple Watch dig into the top of my wrist when doing push-up movements? Now, that could be a dip, a bench press, a standard push-up. The answer is no, which I was actually surprised at because of the size of the 44mm display. I thought it was going to dig in, and it doesn't. It's really, really comfortable. I've worn numerous other watches, fitness watches and non-fitness watches in the past, and they've all dug in. So I was really skeptical about this. This is really, really comfortable. I don't even notice it there, and that is a huge, huge plus when working out and weightlifting. If you're anything like me, sometimes you don't even want to touch, don't even want to look at your phone when working out, because it can be a distraction. Now, within the actual workout selection, if you swipe across, you can actually control your music from there, from the interface, be it iTunes, be it podcasts, be it Spotify. Mine is actually hooked up to Spotify, so I don't have to have my phone on me. I can just have my earphones in and then just skip the tracks straight from my watch, and the user interface on that is really easy. It's just skip, change the track, pause and play, which is what you want when you're mid-session. Another fantastic feature is the ability to make the watch watertight. Now, I'm sure you're aware the watch itself is waterproof. You can go swimming, you can take a shower in it, jump in a cold bath if you want to. If you're like me, I sweat a hell of a lot when training, be it weightlifting or be it cardio, specifically on the Stairmaster. If I'm doing sort of 45 minutes, I can be fully drenched, and so the watch gets to take most of that. So what you can do is simply swipe up, tap the little water droplet, and that will make the watch watertight. To expel any water, if you want to unlock it afterwards, you simply scroll down on the digital crown and it will unlock it. Just another line of defense. I think it's a really, really good feature. Now, lastly, a massive one for me was the straps. How do the straps feel, specifically when working out? Even if I've worn them for a whole day, if I've worn them for morning cardio the whole day, and then my weight training session in the evening, do they make me sore? Do I get marks? How does it feel? The answer's absolutely perfect. These rubber straps are fantastic. I can't recommend them enough for training, working out, any fitness related activity. I actually got the white one with the Apple Watch. This one I bought on Amazon. I think it was about £10-ish. The quality is exactly the same. They've got the easy release clasp, as I showed before, but the general feel, they don't dig in, they don't leave marks, they don't make my wrist sweat, which even I've had before. So these straps are absolutely fantastic, and don't get in the way of training or your general fitness regime. Now, there are a few downsides to this watch, and one of which is the battery life. Now, Apple promises 18 hours with the always on display turned on. I actually thought the always on display was going to be kind of pointless. It's new to the Apple Watch Series 5. I almost bought the Series 3 because of that, but I'm glad that I didn't. I actually love the always on display. The ability to just glance down and have the information still there, be it when you're training or be it when you're at work in a meeting, you don't want to do the rude hand gesture, or you're mid-set and you want to just double check, be it the time, your heart rate during that exercise, or any variable that's shown on the screen. You can just glance down and do that. So I think it's a very, very good feature. Now, Apple does promise 18 hours, and I'll stand by that. The 18 hours is probably on the threshold for me. If I charge it fully, wake up, do my morning cardio, use it all day, and I do play around with it quite a lot at work. Do my weight training after, I then do cardio after, which all of these are tracked, and then get home. I'd say by midday the next day, it would need a recharge, which is true. 18 hours is pretty accurate. My Fitbit Versa would go for about 4 or 5 days, but then I was never doing as much with it as I would with this watch. So in relation, I mean, it's manageable, and the charging aspect of this watch is really easy. It's wireless charging. You basically just put it onto the docking station and it will charge up, which is actually, it's a really nice feature. And one thing I was really disappointed about was the lack of native sleep tracking on the Apple Watch Series 5. Now, I knew it didn't come with it when I bought it. However, I did my research and found that Apple are going to be releasing Apple Watch OS 7 around September the 18th this year to the public. Native sleep tracking is going to be included, which is fantastic. I do track my sleep. At the moment, I just use Sleep Cycle, which is an application on your phone that uses the mic, so you just put it by your bedside table. However, the Apple Watch are going to be utilizing your heart rate and your movement, so it's going to be more accurate. So I'm very, very happy about that. All in all, the watch itself is fantastic, and I guess you want to know, would I recommend you invest in the watch itself? Straight answer is yes. If you're going to use it for the variables that I track it for, if you're into your fitness, if you're into your bodybuilding, if you're on prep, for example, and you're going to check your health markers, I can't recommend it enough. If you're going to use it as a smartwatch, it's also fantastic. I mean, I don't use a lot of the smartwatch features. I have spoken into it whilst driving. You can text on it, which is quite helpful if you haven't got your phone immediately with you. From a smartwatch perspective, I guess it's really, really good. I don't have the best standpoint on that, so I'm probably not qualified to say. But from a fitness standpoint, I absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. If you've taken any value from this video, and hopefully if I've influenced your decision, comment down below and let me know if you're going to pick one up. If not, which fitness watch, if you're in the market for one, are you going to get? And hit the like and subscribe button. Now, it would be rude to leave without doing a little bit of lifting on Lift with Jamie. So the next clip, I'm going to run you through a little bit of a montage of my workout this morning in which I wore this. I thank you all very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon.